One of our very own goes viral on TikTok.
News 13 weekend sports anchor Maria Santora is getting recognized for a clever trend that has gotten her more than 500,000 views on the social media app.
Maria talked about the motivation behind the trend on ABC World News Now. Let's take a look.
The rally comes up short, so another one bites the dust. Western falls to Michigan State.
Wait a minute. Did she just say...
Another one bites the dust.
Another one bites the dust.
Maria Santora is a sports anchor for the ABC station in Asheville, North Carolina. For the past couple years, she's been sneaking certain words, phrases, or song lyrics into her newscasts based on suggestions from her boyfriend, Zach.
He could watch and kind of giggle from home. We do long distance, so it was just nice to find something for the two of us to do, even when we were on opposite ends of the country.
Catawampus? Sure.
We can add this to the list of potential changes across an already catawampus college football scene.
Maria's favorite secret word so far?
It's collywobbles, and I didn't even know what it meant.
They find themselves trailing yet again, but that doesn't give this app team the collywobbles.
For the people, what is collywobbles?
Collywobble, yeah, I'm learning a lot of new words from this. Collywobbles was like, makes you nervous, kind of makes you nauseous.
And how about Zach?
Probably bumfuzzle.
Bumfuzzle, for the record, means to confuse or perplex. And yes, Maria's bosses know about the secret word situation.
Loves the idea that we're drawing a younger crowd from TikTok into local news. It's made my writing as a reporter, I think, a lot better too.
But it's not about being supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's more about just a spoonful of sugar.
To make one person laugh or make one person smile, like, that's a day maker. It really is a day maker.
Now, can you believe that? That is awesome. Maria's followers are joining in on all the fun. They are also making suggestions for her future sports segments.
Maria says she doesn't see herself running out of words anytime soon.
We focused not only on saving lives, but livelihoods.
Today, Governor Roy Cooper ushers in a new chapter of the COVID-19 pandemic.
We have team coverage of the 2-year mark of the pandemic, starting with News 13's Caitlin Penter, who looks at what's next for the state.
Relief and optimism. That was very visible on state officials' faces as they outlined North Carolina's plan going forward.
It's time to chart the new course.
Stepping forward, 2 years to the day that North Carolina shut down dine-in services for bars and restaurants, alongside a host of other COVID restrictions, Governor Roy Cooper appeared confident on Thursday, issuing what's become his routine COVID-19 update.
Over the last 2 years, we've written a history of hardship and resilience, setbacks and successes.
Alongside the governor, state officials echoed that though they will continue to follow COVID numbers, including the subvariant of Omicron, it's time to change the tactics.
We will remain vigilant, and we will work to equip you with the information and tools you need to make choices that are best for you and your family.
Officials added the state's economy reflects the optimism.
This week, the Department of Commerce issued data showing that North Carolina's economic activity has recovered to pre-pandemic levels, both in terms of GDP and employment levels.
North Carolina's Department of Commerce secretary said 2021 numbers showed 24,000 new jobs and $10 million worth of capital investment in the state. She and other officials say they are focused on training more people post-high school to continue the growth.
And as we look ahead, it's important to take stock of how far we've come.
State officials say they're entering this phase with 4 main goals: empowering individuals, maintaining health systems capacity, collaborating with local partners, and prioritizing equity. State officials say it's time for people to get vaccinated and boosted and assess their personal risk when doing activities. State officials are making COVID data updates weekly now. They say if numbers rise again, their plans could change. Getting vaccinated remains a big point for state officials. If you're looking to get vaccinated, we have resources on our website, WLOS.com.
And despite the concerns about this new variant, many businesses here in the mountains are anxious to move past this virus.
And News 13's Rex Hodge spoke to 2 mountain business owners and a health leader who warns the pandemic is still with us.
With loosened COVID restrictions now, many businesses are looking forward to more economic recovery. Medical experts caution, however, there's still reason to be cautious. Dave Angel runs Elevated Mountain Distilling in Maggie Valley. In March 2020, COVID created another use for his supply of alcohol, making hand sanitizer.
We worked with first responders, we worked with school systems, we worked with doctors' offices.
As things have improved, getting back to selling spirits has come with COVID-created disruptions to the supply chain.
We actually found alcohol selling better than it did before, but we're having supply chain issues being able to have it on the shelf and out in the markets with bottles and raw materials, and 2 years later that still continues.
I was thinking that I was in trouble.
The shutdown hit restaurants like Danny Manline's, Ian and JoJo's in Waynesville especially hard.
We started doing takeout only. 2021, people started to come out again. But then the problem was you couldn't find any help. In 2019, when we opened, we had a staff of 21 people. Now at most, we have 7 people.
Manline has supply chain problems too, and increased costs he's having to pass on to customers for the first time in 3 years.
Honestly, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel.
The last 2 years have shed more light on the virus itself.
We also learned how to treat people better.
Haywood County Medical Director Dr. Mark Jabin says vaccines have made an enormous difference, but he says there's still much for Americans to learn.
Last summer, do we all let down too quickly?
Whether or not we let down too early, that created the next wave. I don't know that it created, but it certainly opened the door for the next wave.
We've seen the Omicron variant, and now Jabin says enjoy the lull we're in now, but pay attention to the BA2 mutation.
We know that BA2 is in the United States, and it's doubling every week or so.
He urges vaccination and boosters and making decisions based on science.
We have an opportunity to learn this. Will we? I don't know.
Dr. Jabin says if future COVID waves come, a lot of the success here in America will depend on our ability to pivot back to things like masks and social distancing.